For the past couple days, I've had the opportunity to demo this brand new Case TR310B, and on paper, I am in love with this machine. It's got pretty good numbers, lifting capacities, the price tag. The reviews have been good. Of course, nothing's perfect. Everything has its flaws. But it's just a nice little machine. But, in my opinion, it has one fatal flaw. And that one fatal flaw is preventing me from wanting to actually buy this machine. And that one flaw is the visibility of this bucket from inside the cab. So we'll start there. So let's go ahead and get inside and we'll look at that view. Getting in and out of the machine, it's pretty darn nice. You've got a nice step here, another step. You've got nice grab handles on both sides, and you can easily step on in. It's got a comfortable cab. Plenty of slots for additional switches. And this massive display, which I believe is a blessing and a curse. But anyway, let's talk about this view. So the door is open, and in my seating position here, let me see if I can mimic, I can see that edge, and I can just barely catch the edge on the right side just by moving my body in the seat just a little bit. I can see it. However, when you go like this, that's what you're left with. I can see that edge, but this edge has now disappeared. And I can see probably maybe 3/4 of the bucket. I can't quite see the far left edge because this curve right here gets in my way, but if I just slightly move my body forward, then I can see it. And it's getting hot in here, so let's go ahead and turn the thing on. on. Alright. So, this whole contraption here with the handle, the windshield wiper, this corner, why, I don't understand why that's there. It's just, there's the hinge for the door, but why does that have to be there? I don't understand it. If they would get rid of that big angle right there, get rid of this, put the windshield wiper maybe somewhere else. Why would you put it down below? Because I would think most of the time you're looking down with a skid steer, especially if you're doing grading, which is what I want to use it for. I don't know. To me, and for my use, that doesn't make sense. But I guess it doesn't matter what I think. So, right now the seat position is, so I am all the way forward right now, and my knees are probably, I don't know, 10 inches away from the glass or so. But my hands stick out way past the joysticks. That can be fixed with the manual adjustment. You can untighten these little knobby doos and then move this whole arm forward and backwards. That kind of sucks. That really sucks. That's the second thing that I hate about this machine, is that. I don't know why they would do that. I guess, you know, when something is at this price point, you're going to give up a little bit. But there's the little seat movement up and back. In a more comfortable position on the way back, the joysticks are almost in a natural position. For me, they feel way too high, like this. I did not adjust that. I could. There's a little bit of adjustment there, I think. But for me, the joysticks just feel a little too high. In my cat excavator, when you sit down inside of it, it just feels natural, totally natural. Everything is where it should be. It's not too wide, too narrow, too high. It feels fantastic. So for me, in this machine, the ergonomics are just a tad bit off. But everything about this machine is pretty awesome. The interior is nice. The features of it are nice. It's quiet, it's smooth, 2-speed, and I love, I hate the display because I'm sure you can't tell on camera, but you know, even in real life, the thing flickers and it just, I just don't care for it. It feels very digitalized, and I hate that. I'm sure there are much better systems out there, but I think that camera sucks. But what I do like about this is the easy EH. and brake on. This easy EH setting thing where you can, come on, adjust the easy EH motions. So the speed for your tilt, the speed for lift, speed for your drive, loader, and the drive. So you can adjust how fast the bucket picks up, how quick it tilts, and the drive, how fast or how responsive the joystick is to your movement. How responsive, I should say. When I first got in this machine, the speed and the controls for the loader arm and the drive were set to high, and it was twitchy. It was very, very twitchy, so I didn't like that. So I cranked it down a little bit to medium, and that was a little more my speed, because this is only the second time I've operated a track skid steer. So I needed it to be just a little bit more tame. So I do like that. That is a very nice feature. I couldn't try out the high flow because I have no attachments. I didn't use creep mode. Changing the pattern is really simple. You just push and hold it for a few seconds, and there you go. You've changed your pattern. So that's incredible. When you think about what happens with that, how the hydraulics are diverted, that is pretty cool that it's that simple to switch. So that's that. Start and stopping right there, push to operate. After you start, you got to push that, of course, the throttle. And with this model, there's no more knob on the side like the TR310B. I'm sure other models are like that too, which I kind of like that. I thought that was a cool idea. And of course, your lights. The other thing that they got right with this, I love all the controls being stacked on the pillars. I think that's the proper location, because you put them down here and they get laden with dust and dirt, and it doesn't make sense to put it there. So I think they got that right as well. Both of the side windows will open up, which is nice, so you can communicate with people. Both windows. The AC on this thing is crazy cold, and I mean crazy cold. I am on 1 fan speed right now on the very lowest setting, and it's not even all the way cold, and I'm getting chilled just sitting here. Yesterday I had it blowing, and it literally froze me out. I turned the thing down completely, and it was 90-some degrees outside yesterday. So, man, I tell you what, AC is spot on this thing. Another thing I like is this seat belt. It's just like in a passenger vehicle, and it's nice. It is so comfortable. It feels like you're sitting in a car. It's very, very comfortable. Just like a car. The only thing I wish it did was, I wish they had some sort of system where when you get the rocking motion, that this belt would tighten up a little bit and maybe inhibit you from doing that, you know, thrashing around so much. Of course, new operator, that's probably my fault as an operator that I can't be as smooth. But it would be cool if they could implement something like that. The seat's comfortable. It is an air suspension seat. It is heated. How cool is that? You got your little USB and your mini plug. Plenty of vents. There are 6 AC vents in here. I think You got windshield washer back here still. And another thing I like is that mirror. That mirror is awesome. It is so handy to peek up there when you're backing up. And once you train your eyes, because initially I was only looking at this section here, not the back window, but if you train your eyes to use the entire mirror, you can see all the way back there. You can see almost to right here. So a quick glance to your right and you're seeing what you see right here. So I think that's a phenomenal feature right there. I really enjoy that. But like I said, that view, I mean, look at that. That view kills it. If all this garbage wasn't here, if they had a better view, I would be sold on this machine. But I would have to sit hunched over, and I know that that's how a lot of people do it, but you know, for this price tag, I don't know. I don't know. That's a really awkward position to sit in all day long. So a couple complaints, a couple of things that are not so good, and I think this is completely unnecessary to put something like this into a piece of construction equipment. I don't know. I know a lot of people disagree with that, but I don't know. It's just, it could be better. There's a lot of information on that screen. A lot of other things you can do with it, which is kind of cool. Oh, and by the way, you can turn the camera on and off. So if you turn it off, then it'll give you other information about your machine. So that is nice. Oh, it has a radio too, and you know, it's not nothing to write home about. It sounds very tinny, but it will keep you entertained during the day. And you do have your little window up top. So let's get out while it's running. We'll take a walk around. And one more thing. I complained about the door, how they designed it. I hate it, but getting in and out of it is a breeze. They nailed it, but I wish it could be a little bit better, more visibility. All you gotta do, push on the little tab. Look at that, hands free. Is that not awesome? It's so convenient. And then with the grab bars here and here, you know, you just pop yourself right out. It's so easy. So easy to get out of that thing. Well, let's turn the lights on. Alright, there's the exterior. I did not use it at night, but I can imagine that having those two lights, one forward facing, one at an angle, is probably very, very beneficial. These tracks, they are beefy. I wish my tracks on my excavator were this beefy, but I'm not too crazy about this tread pattern. I believe these are for snow and ice, so I'm not quite sure why they're on this machine. I would prefer the big lug or the C pattern myself. Undercarriage, pretty simple. will say, this drive motor seems to be massive for this machine. It's just, I don't know, when you stand back and look at it, this drive motor just looks so big compared to everything else. But brand new, I think it has 220 some hours. So there's what a nice new sprocket looks like. Take note of the shape here. There's no excessive wear frontwards or backwards. Very thick. That is beefy. And I've seen on used machines when they show the tracks, you know, they're usually, if they have several 1,000 or 2,000 hours on them, you know, the tracks are kind of wore out, and you always see the sprocket piece sticking out. And I always thought to myself, man, if you can see the sprockets through the top of the treads, that undercarriage must be worn out. But here, brand new machine, there you go. So I'm changing my opinion on that. But it's quiet. Got nice bright backup lights. I didn't get to use them. Again, here's your high flow connectors. Nice guard. One thing that I was surprised about on the exterior was how thin this metal was. I expected this to be a whole lot thicker, and you can see somebody already bent it in right there. But I guess compared to the John Deere, where the side panels come completely off, this is pretty stout. that's my take. Maybe with time, I would like the machine a whole lot better. With a little bit of practice. A little bit of practice and some more familiarity with it, I might like it better. But with the 2 days that I had on it, the visibility kills me. It kills me. I can't see myself using it for the business and dealing with that all the time. I don't know. I'll have to try some other brands first. I think Takeuchi and the Cat 259D are up next. So, you know, it's a nice machine. Very nice machine. Just not for me. So I hope you find this useful. One other comment. I think they did a fantastic job of protecting everything up here. I remember on the Bobcat T450 that I ran, man, that thing was highly susceptible up here to a lot of things getting damaged. But this seems to be well protected. No cylinders. That's pretty big. That's a big cylinder. Anyway, hope this helps somebody. Nice machine, just not for me.